Go with our next fight of the evening at the Twin River Event Center, brought to you by Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment and Sports. I'm Pat Sullivan, my broadcast partner, Greg Rebello, here in the Event Center. This fight, JEMELL TYSON, coming out of the red corner in the white trunks with the black stripes. His opponent, TOKA KAHN-CLARY, coming out of the blue corner with the blue and red trunks. TOKA Kahn had a very productive amateur career, finishing
ton of fights.
119 wins, 11 losses. The 2010 National Gold Gloves champion. He also collected a silver and bronze in the 2011 and 2012 U.S. championships, respectively. And he's 2-0 with 2 knockouts as a professional boxer. JEMELL TYSON, 3-8-2 with 1 knockout, although he's only been knocked out 1 time in 8 losses. So certainly Toka has his hands full here with JEMELL TYSON, although the record may not indicate it.
No, absolutely. Toka's another guy like John Smith. A lot of hype behind him. There's a lot of young, talented kids here in Providence. And TOKA KAHN-CLARY is definitely one of them. He's a kid that a lot of people are excited to see, you know, his pro career evolve.
Toka only 20 years old. Born in Liberia, moved to Philadelphia when he was 6, and found his way here to Providence, Rhode Island, where he's made home at Manfredo's gym in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Peter Manfredo Sr. is main trainer, and he's grown up sparring the likes of Demetrius Andrade, Peter Manfredo Jr. He's been sparring with some of the best fighters around, Thomas Fallow, who we'll see later tonight. And that experience that you learn just before you're 20 years old isn't valuable enough.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's got, in the gym, there's a ton of studs. And, you know, his, like you said, on a regular basis, he's surrounded by, you know, Demetrius Andrade and Thomas and guys like Diego Pereira. I mean, he's surrounded by talent, and that only makes all these guys better. And his amateur career, obviously, you know, it's pretty much says the whole story. I mean, this kid's really a stud. He's super fast hands. He trains really hard. And, you know, the kid is so fast.
JEMELL has 3 wins on his record, 1 more than Toka. He has a win over Chaz McDowell, who we'll see in the main event tonight. He also has a win over Brian Abraham, who was notorious for coming into Rhode Island and beating either CES fighters or Rhode Island fighters. So certainly JEMELL TYSON is not any slouch, and he's going to come in here and look to bang with Toka Kahn. When he was offered the fight, he was more excited to go in there and upset a local prospect than anything else.
Brian Abraham, that fight, he's a very tough guy, Brian Abraham, and beating him is definitely a nice one, too, by Toka. Really, Toka does a great job. He throws that left hand right behind that jab. Just lightning fast. And again, he's finishing up with that body. Another lefty. Another 2 more lefties against each other here.
The report on Tyson is that he throws wild power shots, and he's going to look to tie up a lot.
Yep.
You see right there as he goes and ties up Toka Kahn. And if Clary keeps coming with some of these power punches, he may have no other choice than to tie up a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, he can't let Toka get off. Toka's so fast with his hands, and he throws that double jab, but that cross comes right behind that second jab, and it's so fast and it's so hard to time, and he's throwing it right over the top. And he's got no choice but to tie up. And again, you know, trying to look for that one big punch against Toka is going to be very tough. He's very fast. He moves in and out very well.
Final seconds here of round number 1. It is scheduled 4.
Nice right hook.
Greg, one of the important things for Toka Kahn's career, and I think can really play a factor in him as he continues to grow. Again, he's only 20 years old. When you fight 130 amateur fights, Toka's pretty much always on weight.
Yep,
he's
absolutely.
right around where he has to be. So the weight cut for him, if he stays active and he keeps fighting 5-6 times a year, the weight cut's going to be so easy on him, and his endurance is just going to be incredible compared to his opponents.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, he trains hard. He's always in the gym. He's always in shape, because you never know, you know, especially as an amateur. These guys fight every weekend sometimes, you know. And as a pro, you never know, you know, if he's going to get the call from somebody. So he's always in shape. He's always ready to go.
He won his pro debut on June 2nd, a knockout over Jonathan Cabin. And then on August 18th, he had a first-round knockout over Jamil Winfield. See that corner of Peter Manfredo Sr., Dave Keefe, and Steve Mays. Pretty good corner.
Absolutely, dude. As I was trying to listen into what Peter was saying in between the corners, I believe he was saying, end that combination with a right hook. So I believe you're going to see him throw a lot of left hands and right hooks. Good, there's the right hook. Yeah.
Although this is only Toka's third professional bout, JEMELL has actually gone 6 rounds in 4 of his fights, so he's got a little more ring experience as a pro than Toka.
But you're not going to see any ring rust or any of that. That's not going to be an issue with Toka. So many amateur fights. Always in shape. Always staying busy. Both of them feeling out with that jab. Nice left hand to the body. Seeing a headbutt. I think Toka's cut on his right eye from that headbutt.
You see they both came forward in the middle of the ring. We saw in the first round at least once or twice where it looked like it came very close to a headbutt.
Both guys might be cut. I see that when Toka went down through that left hand to the body, both guys collided heads right in the middle of the ring.
See Dr. McKittrick of Rhode Island looking at both fighters.
They're gonna call it. Both of those cuts were right down to the bone, is what the doctor was saying.
Unintentional headbutt is going to be the official ruling, and that's a tough one. Toka looked pretty good in that first round and a half, and JEMELL Tyson certainly is not going to back down by any means.
No, absolutely not. I mean, he's a game guy. Like you said, he's fought some tough dudes, and he's beat them, you know. So he was definitely a game opponent. It was definitely shaping up to be in it.
See the replay here. That was a nasty collision right there.
As you had Toka threw that. He threw that jab up top, and then he came back down with that left hook to the body. It seemed. Bang. Yep. Both guys collided heads eye to eye.
Both guys, it looked like they were going for that body shot at the same time. And that's what happens when you have two fighters that want to come forward the entire fight and want to fight in the center of the ring. You love to see that as a fan's perspective, but there's always that risk of an accidental headbutt that could collide with both fighters, and that's unfortunate because I think as that fight progressed, could have been potentially the fight of the night.
Absolutely. You know, a tough break for both guys. It was definitely shaping up to be probably fight of the night.
Now both fighters will see just how good their cut men are trying to close up those nasty gashes. And we're going to send it down to ring announcer Bill Carpenter for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bout ends at 48 seconds of round number 2. Referee Joey Lupino, based upon the advice of the ringside physician, calls a halt to the contest. The fighters are unable to continue due to injury caused by an unintentional foul, so it is a no decision. No decision. The fight is stopped based upon the advice of the ringside physician.
There you have it, Greg. A no decision based on the doctor's advice of an accidental headbutt at 48 seconds of round number 2. Unfortunate for both fighters, but if you're in the corner of Toka Khan, you certainly don't want him to continue this fight if that headbutt, if that gash was that bad. You're going to see it again here. And at an early stage in Toka's career, you don't want to make that any worse.
No, absolutely. And like you said, too, with these guys coming in and both guys committing to punches, you see these headbutts happen a lot, especially out of the clinch. You know, a lot of guys butt heads, and it's just a freak thing that's a part of boxing. That's a tough thing to deal with. And obviously tonight, you know, like the doctor said, as you can hear, the cut was all the way down to the bone on both guys, not just one. So